Hey guys, what up? It's Craig. Fergie Time. Today I am chatting with Hollie, aka Mischief Maker. Chatting with her, chatting about how she got started, came over from Scotland, and how she got in the Jeeps, and now she's racing and just doing a bunch of really cool stuff. So, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope you like it. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, hey, Craig here, Fergie Time. Today I'm pumped. I got a fun episode chatting with Hollie, Mischief Maker, one of, if not the first YouTube that I subscribed to. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm a big fan, so I appreciate you coming. I don't know, tell us how you got rolling. And I know you're from Scotland and then now you're in Utah. Just a
Yeah.
little bit about your background, how you got into Jeeping. And I watched a
Okay.
video of yours saying like how you were in Scotland doing music and then going to Italy, and like that and off-roading is like, man, I don't know if you can
Very
get,
different things. Yeah. So
yeah.
I grew up in Scotland. I only moved over to, I say only moved over to America 14 years ago. The years keep going past and I'm like, only 14, only 12, only. But it's 14 years now. Actually, next month that I moved to the States. I grew up sort of in the music world. I started singing at a very early age and training from the age of 7. And, you know, if you have a talent, you kind of roll with it. You know what I mean? So it was great. I didn't really need to think like, what am I going to do in the future? I was all set, music, classical singing, perfect. Used to sing in a big 11-piece jazz band as well for kind of side work at the weekends. So that was fun. A lot of celebrity parties over in the UK. So that was like, met a ton of really cool people through that. And I was going into my master's and I dropped out of my master's in music and decided just to move to Italy because I was doing a lot of singing in that language. I used to sing in 7 different languages, but Italian was like my go-to language, and I wanted to really be able to speak the language authentically and really feel, you know, every single word, because going through a manuscript of 300 pages in Old English and you have to translate it and make sense of all of it, and it was just like it's a thing. If you think that singers just open their mouth and sing, it's not. There's like a whole process to it. Kind of went from there, moved to Italy, was only supposed to be there for 6 months and ended up staying for 2.5 years. I taught English at the university and to families, and then sang around Europe and had 6 months in between work. So decided to hop on over to Long Island, where my parents used to have a vacation home, and met some people, and then just met Walter, and then ended up staying here and gave up singing because there's a lot of travel involved. And, you know, when you find someone that you fall in love with, you don't want to leave them ever. And so that's kind of that part of the story. I went into retail management. So I managed a couple of stores on Long Island in the Hamptons, and then went into real estate and got my first Wrangler. That's kind of where the Wrangler came from.
You just picked a Wrangler, like no
I did,
reason,
yeah.
just
So I kept having like mum mobiles and I had no kids. So I was like, I'd like something a little fun, you know? So
sure.
the Chief edition, obviously in Chief blue with the stripe. I loved it. I was drawn to it. Blue and white, Scottish flag. I love blue. And so it kind of just fit very well. And we lived by the ocean. I was like, this is going to be really cool. Everyone will remember me in real estate for like the car, and it'll be great. And then got shown a YouTube video on off-roading, and I said, that's crazy. That's not me. I don't think so. I don't like the cold. I don't like the outdoors. I don't like getting dirty. No, I'm good. I'm also a person, I'll try everything once. I'm not going to say I don't like something if I haven't tried it. So
Okay.
went to an off-road school in upstate New York. Like the rocks were like this big on the forest floor, and I was freaking out, but I got a real feel for it and I loved it, and ended up traveling to Rice Creek almost every single weekend, which was a 4-hour drive there and then a 4-hour drive back. And I would just drive the Wrangler, wheel, and then drive back. The more that I did that, the more I was like, oh, well, I like that Jeep, and that's bigger, and I like that, and just kind of modified it from there. And that was kind of it. That was, I think, the first time I went to Rice Creek. It was with a group of older gentlemen who gave me a paper map and said, if you can't keep up, like get yourself back to the front. And I was like, oh, this is really nice. Oh gosh. There was one obstacle. It was really icy, really wet, really sloppy. And there was one obstacle that they were like, we're not going to do that. It was kind of like a mud puddle sort of thing, but it was hard to get out. I just said, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And then that was it. The respect was there. Oh, you want to come back next weekend? Come back next weekend. Oh, okay, cool. And it was really that moment that I was like, I want to do this like a lot more. And then we started looking into where else there was. And we traveled to Windrock, which was an 18-hour drive for us. After Windrock, it was kind of a no-brainer for us. And we wanted to get out of New York. It was getting really expensive. So we were going to relocate anyway. We ended up traveling on the road for 4 years and wheeling everywhere. And that's when the YouTube channel started in 2019. And to be honest with you, I never thought I want to be a YouTuber. I didn't even know what a YouTuber was. So I was just kind of like, this is my dear diary to my family so they can kind of follow us where we're going along in the country. That's the whole reason why I started it. And yeah, since then, everything's just kind of progressed. And it's
so do you still have the same Jeep?
Yeah,
that's still
blue
the same
Jeep you Mischief bought? Maker. Yep, that is Mischief Maker. Quite a transformation, huh? Yeah.
So you've probably gutted everything a few times since then.
A couple. I think this last stint was the 4th or 5th time that it's been messed with, but I'm not messing with it anymore. That's it. We're done. We're done with Mischief Maker.
How did Mischief Maker come about? Are you a troublemaker and you're just like, no. Oh, I'm into mischief. I'm going to go make some?
No, it's the Chief edition, and I really wanted to incorporate Chief into the name somehow. That's it. But it took me a long time to come up with that name. It took about 9 months to come up with that. His original name was Rodrigo, believe it or not. Okay. Chalk and cheese, I know. But yeah, that was his original name. So yeah, he's been through quite a lot. We've wheeled him across the country quite a lot. Over the past couple of years, not so much, because it's been more about, shop time and building and working with Tread Lightly and doing giveaways and all of that good stuff. This year is more about a lot more racing. So Nessie's going to be more into the game, and a lot more wheeling with Mischief Maker too. It'll be fun.
What is it? STS? So what's that?
So
is that yours as well?
It is, yeah. Everyone knows me before for saying, oh, it's seat time over everything. Seat time over everything. So Seat Time Syndicate is just an elevated version, and I wanted to start something else along with YouTube. So Seat Time Syndicate is kind of a mixture of 3 things. It's an umbrella for 3 different things. It's a marketing company. So I work with, I have 5 companies right now that I'm working with. I do everything from their social media to strategy to online ads to logistics for events and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And I have a really cool team that work with me as well. So there's that side. There's the race team side. So I have 3 vehicles. There's Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets. He's on the team. We have Justin Joseph, who has a 4400 car, which is Tom and Sarah's son, and then myself. So we're kind of team Seat Time Syndicate, which is really cool. And actually looking to have a couple of motos join us as well throughout the year. So eventually, in the next couple of months, will be like a lifestyle brand as well. So just a ton of merchandise and stuff. So that's Seat Time Syndicate in a nutshell.
So you race? You're one of the racers?
Yeah. Yep. This will be my 3rd year also.
Wow. So I remember, I'm sure you knew I was going to ask, but I remember, what was it, like a year or 2 years ago when you had that bad back injury?
Yeah.
Right. And that was in was that a race, or were you just kind of messing about?
No, I was in Oregon at the UTV takeover, and I was working with Onyx at the time. And Blake Wilkie, who's a good friend of mine, he was there and I was filming with him. And it was just like a freak accident.
Oh, he was driving? Blake was driving? He was
driving, yeah. And we were zipping around and doing our thing. Bearing in mind, I've been in all of his other vehicles and, been going 120, 130 miles through the whoops and jumping and all that good stuff. And it was just a freak thing. We just did a jump and it came down strange on my side. And it broke my back. It was great. It was wonderful. The great thing is I didn't cry. I didn't want to cry. in front of cool people. So, I was just kind of very jokey about it. Like, oh, this is great. I can't move. This
Get
is
me
wonderful.
out.
Get me out of
Oh,
here.
so how
So
long did that like knock you out?
it took me out for, let's see, July, August, September, October, 5 months. 5 months. Yeah. And that
Oh,
five
that's
months of
not.
doing absolutely nothing though. For like the first 6 weeks, I could I could barely walk. Like I was trying, but I just could not. So
Well, no, one of your videos you had trucking around in that back brace, and
yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh,
Yeah, as soon as I felt like I could move and not hurt to the point where I wanted to cry. I'm not really a crier, so I don't like to cry by stuff like that, but just had to get up and truck in because I had things to do, YouTube was at that time such a big part of my income. Like it took the channel all the way back down to the beginning pretty much again, and I was really on the fence whether to come back and start all over again because it is such hard work. You don't just make a couple of videos and then you're back to where you're from. You have to start all over again, and I don't mind working hard and starting all over again, but it was honestly quite a big decision to make, to just keep going and try and come back from that. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a struggle, but I just love it. I can't give it up. And I was pretty quiet last year with all the personal stuff going on and building up Seat Time Syndicate, the marketing side of everything. So I'm one person and I could not juggle every ball, but really looking forward to this year and picking everything back up. There'll be hopefully a couple of videos out a week, and it'll kind of just pick up again. So last year I was a complete hot mess. I just didn't know what I was doing at what hour of each day. Whereas now I know that I have to work marketing until a certain time in the day, and then after a certain time, that's it. I don't check I check my emails, but I don't sit down at the desk and stay in here. I try and, get out there into the shop or on the mountain or, just film and get some stuff done so that people can follow along. I didn't realize that people missed the channel so much until kind of like the end of last year. A lot of people reached out, which was very humbling, to be honest with you, because I was like, oh, no one cares. It's fine. Like, whatever. And there were families reaching out, hey, we haven't seen you, and the kids are like really wondering when you're coming back. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So it's nice.
Most of the YouTube channels, it's like, they have that niche where they're just like, okay, this is all my wheeling videos. I'm just wheeling.
Yeah.
Or you actually, like, you'll get on and chat about personal stuff and get real and stuff. Like, how do you, I guess, draw that line? Or
I guess I don't. I really don't. At all. Like what you see is what you get, and what's really nice is when I meet people, they're like, oh, you're exactly how you are online. I'm like, yeah, there's no facade. Like I'm not putting on a character. I'm not playing someone else. Like I'm goofy. I'll say things that, I'll share things that I probably shouldn't. Like I'm just me. I think last year with everything going on, I found it really difficult to be in front of the camera because I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve and I wear all my emotions on my face. So I really can't hide anything. And I thought it would just be easier not to make videos and put it out, or kind of be like in people's faces as much as I have been, because a lot of people would probably ask. And a lot of people did ask, when I did make a couple of videos like, hey, what's going on? You don't seem like yourself. And I'm like, this is why I didn't want to make any videos, but it's okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think I draw a line.
does it feel like a job?
No, it did. It got to a point where it was like that, which took away the joy and the want to do it. I'm a little bit of a child, I guess, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, oh, someone's like forcing me to do this and tell me it's not good. And, and I'm just a human. I'm like, well, then I don't need to do this. I can figure out something else. But I've always been that type of person where if I'm really starting to not love what I'm doing every day, like obviously there's going to be aspects of stuff that are just like, oh, no, well, here we go. Just got to get this done. For the most part, if I'm not enjoying it, I'll make sure that I can do something so that I enjoy life. We only have one. It's very short. I don't want to leave this earth, just being like, I was so miserable, because we all have choices. Hard to make that choice sometimes, you know?
Sure.
To do something that you love and you have to grind at and you work way more than you would for someone else, but it's your time. And I don't know. I think it's cool, but it does take a certain person. I know a lot of people who are like, no, I could not do that. Like, I want to go from a 9 to 5. I want to clock off at 5. I want to go for dinner with my friends. I want to have the weekends off, know that everything's covered. Whereas with what we do with YouTube, there's not just one source of revenue that comes in. You have to make sure that you have like a handful coming in to be able to do this and buy parts and pay your bills and do all of that good stuff and travel.
Because you're in Utah now, right? Is that where you're living?
Yeah, I'm in southern Utah.
So you probably go out wheeling quite a bit.
You would think.
No.
I think.
Well, I was just curious, like when you go out, is it always like, all right, let's get all the cameras, or do you just go out sometimes and just wheel?
No, so sometimes I'll just go out and I'll be like, I'm not, like, if you're going to come out with me, keep your phones away. There's no cameras. We're going to go out for a ride.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun. We're just going to saunter on through. We're not going to stop at every obstacle. And it's nice. Like, I like those because it breaks everything up. You know what I mean? It's just because some people, for the most part, the people that I wheel with out here, they're not social media people. They're a little older and they just want to go out and have fun. Let's just go out and have fun. There's like a time and place for everything. Anyway, it's been hard. It's been a hard learning curve because I want to film everything. I want to be like, my God, I can't believe I made that. That's so cool. Or, you know, whatever. They made that. Let's put that up, you know, on Instagram. Yeah, no. Sometimes I'll go out and just be like, hey, we're going to go out, we're going to wheel, we're going to grab pizza, we're going to go up to the top of the world. I'm very lucky to be where I am. That's why I moved here.
Sure.
And I got to take more advantage of that this year.
Besides your channel, probably one of my favorite YouTube channels is the Flex
Rocks Rollovers. Marvin.
I love those 24 hell and back. The last one I saw was the 35s, and you were in that Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty. She done good. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed. I was like, wow. Like, tell me about that. So, like the 24 hell and backs. Like, are you guys actually wheeling for 24 hours?
Yeah, we're on the trails for 24 hours. So the whole production is just going, like, we are on the trail for 24 hours. This last one in Johnson Valley was a little different to the ones that I've done before. It was just, I want to say, a little slower in production just because of the terrain, how massive everything is. And we were in smaller tire vehicles and none of us wanted to winch. So it was just like, wah, 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 like for a long time. And we were in canyons. So when that sun beats down, you know, and you're in a canyon, there's no hiding from it. So a lot of us were like under our vehicles and trying to get away from the sun. But if you've been out in the sun, think about it. You start at like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and you're out there the entire day. You're like, by the end of the day, you're praying for that sun just to go away so you can cool down a little bit. The hour after the sun goes down is brutal. That I actually found it really difficult because I just wanted to like sleep. I was like, I just want a nap and then I'll drink some water and I'll be good. Yeah, you got to stay awake for 24 hours. But the group that we had at Johnson Valley, they were fantastic. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It looks so fun. How many have you done?
I think I've done all but 2. But yeah, I've been there from the very get-go, which is super cool. So it's been really awesome watching Marvin kind of progress with this series and just make it better and better. And he's an ideas guy. Like, he has so many incredible ideas. Like, if you just sit down with him and he's drinking his banana, like his German banana juice, and he's, you know, got his German rap music on the TV, and he's just like, whoa, dude, why don't we do this? Dude, I was thinking about doing this, dude. You know, and he's just like, he's got so many awesome ideas. And the fact that this is stuck and he's just done so well, it's been incredible to watch just a friend grow something into something where people are like, how do I get onto 24-hour hell and back? You know, Mark, like, what's going on? Like, how can I do? And it's just so freaking awesome. I think that's so cool. So cool. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah. What's some of the sketchiest moments you've had on those trips?
Arizona for sure.
Yeah.
Arizona, yeah, for sure. It was like Andrew Bailey flipped and they were concussed and they, oh, we're fine, we're completely fine. And we were like, no, no, you guys are not. Then we had to have someone else drive their vehicle. And then there was another flip at the bottom with John Patrick and he went on his lid and it was just like one thing after the other. And the terrain was incredible, but the drops that we were doing were just insane. That's when it's really impressive how Marvin can capture such slow, methodical driving and make it look so exciting. Like, I don't understand how he does it, because for us, it's exciting, it's scary, but we're there doing it. Trying to translate that onto a screen for other people, I mean, he just does an incredible job each time. But definitely Arizona was the sketchiest. Was definitely the sketchiest one.
So when you're out there with all those big wigs, do you feel like you have to prove yourself or be on just based on who you are?
No,
like...
I'm there to have fun. And if I don't want to do something, you know, if we come up to an obstacle and I'm just not feeling it, I'm like, I'm good. Why? You don't you want to do it? Like, so this person did it, that person did it. That's cool for them. I don't want to do it today. I might do it next time. It's not going anywhere. It's there.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people when they go out at the moment are there to prove something. You know, well, I have the smallest vehicle, but I can still do that. And I'm just thinking, hey, do you want to finish the trail and come off and then be at a Mexican restaurant and we all talk about how great of a time we had? Or do you want to break your stuff to the point where you've traveled all this way to Sand Hollow and now you can't wheel because you wanted to do something cool, or someone told you, you've got it, I can get you up this? I don't know. Maybe it's with age. I don't know. But sometimes I go out there and I'm like, you know what? I want to try that sketchy thing. Let's do this. Let's do it. And then sometimes I'll just be like, not today. I might come back tomorrow or next week and do it, you know?
What about just as a woman off-roading? Like,
in the beginning, I was very intimidated. And then that turned into, well, I'm going to show them. And then that turned into, I don't need to show them. It's okay. Like, I am actually an okay driver. I just need more seat time, and the more I wheel, the more I get to know my vehicle, the better you become. And that's for everyone. I've always been very supportive and encouraging for everyone to get into this sport, right? Because it's so much fun. But I'm excited to see a lot more females coming into it. When it comes to the female driving thing, there's a lot of opinions about it, right? You know, like, well, you have the people who sit on the tires, and then you have the people who wheel, and then you have the people. There's room for everyone. There is room for everyone. And even if you look at the males, there's the males that pose by the Jeeps, or, they just drive them around town and keep them shiny and take them off-road once in a while. There's room for everyone. That's just my perception of everything. Some people hone in too much on, well, they don't wheel, or they don't wheel hard enough, or whatever. At the end of the day, a steering wheel, when you have your hands on it, it doesn't know if you're male or female. It doesn't know what you identify as. It doesn't matter. You're either a good driver or you're not, and that's it.
So how do you get to become a good driver? I know it's seat time, but like,
that's it. There's no secret. It's like, how do you become healthier? You eat better and you exercise. You know what I mean? If you want to be a better driver, you got to drive your vehicle. That's it. And put yourself in sketchy situations. Don't always be in your comfort zone. In order to get better at stuff, right, you got to be uncomfortable. And a lot of people, that's difficult for a lot of people to cross that line and be uncomfortable with doing something. You know, if you're in a good group of people and with a good group of friends that you trust, just do that. You know, they're not there to see you roll and wreck your vehicle. They're there for you to have that moment of, that was amazing, I did it.
Those are always the funnest videos, when the wheeling, when you're up on the top and you're like, yeah. Those are always the best.
It's so good. And And selfishly, that's why I love going out with people, to see that moment from them. That's why I love like events. Like right now we're just away to go into winter 4x4 jamboree here, and I'll go out maybe 1 or 2 days. I'll squeeze that in on there. I'm trying to prep the race vehicle because I leave in a week, but
Oh, geez. Okay.
I'll head out, and it's just so exhilarating and awesome to just have that moment of someone doing something. I don't think I'm going to do this. No, we've got you. You're going to do it, and you're going to get up there and you're going to feel amazing. So that's what it's all about.
Have you gotten better at spotting? Do you spot a lot of people as well?
Yeah, I spot a lot of people when they want to be spotted. Or when they listen. Some people ask, some people won't, but I'll be, I know some of these trails like the back of my hand out here. And it's like, if you're an inch to the left or an inch to the right, you're not going to make it, sort of thing. So I'm like, just keep your tire right there and keep going. It's going to pivot. And then you're going to pop up on the back there. It's going to come up on an angle, and they're like, oh, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And they'll be there, and they'll whop, 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 and they'll try, and I'll be like, you're going to break an axle shaft. You're bouncing. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And then I'm like, can you just do me a favor and just try my way? And they'll just get straight up, and they're like, oh, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's okay, though. It's fine. As long as you're
Imagine that.
Imagine.
So after you hurt your back, when you first got back in the vehicle, did it change the way you looked at driving or racing or anything?
The first time I got into a vehicle after that accident was with Nessie, and it was for This Versus That with Hoonigan. They did an off-road version. They had like a little course, like a little short course, just a little circle sort of thing. And you started, and you were paired with another vehicle. I was actually paired with a sandrail, and it was just a straight. So you just drove, and there were jumps, and there were 2 jumps. And I went for a practice run, and the second jump I went way too fast, and almost like I nosedived down into the ground. And when I did that, I was like, oh, don't know if I like this. Am I still broken? What's going on? So yeah, I didn't ease back into it. I started with that and then went straight to King of the Hammers. I drove like an absolute grandma. Like I drove a grandma race for sure. It was slow because I was just so tense and worried in case like I hit a bump or my back hurt or anything like that. In the race vehicle, I've been a little cautious. Mischief Maker though? No, not at all. I mean, we move at like 2 miles an hour. It's perfect.
Right.
It's perfect.
So what do you like better, going crazy fast or super slow?
I like them both. Although I just came back from Johnson Valley. We went to the Brenthel racing school out there in trophy trucks and spec truck. I was terrified of going fast and started the first day going 45 miles an hour. The suspension doesn't kick in until 55 miles an hour. So it was rough. And the instructor was just like, hey, put your foot down. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. And I was like, okay. And by the end of the course, I was doing 95 miles an hour through the whoopses, and it was incredible. So since then, that was at the end of last year, like I'm ready to rock and roll. Like I can't.
So are you racing King of Hammers?
Yeah. So I leave the end of this month, so the end of January, and we'll be out there for 2 weeks. And the race is on the 6th of February. So
which class are you doing?
So I'm doing the 4,500 class, the Everyman Challenge.
That's the stock one, right?
Yeah. So there's 3. There's the 4,600, which is fully stock, and then the 4,500 is modified stock. And then the 4,800 all race on the same day. The 4,800s are like the retired 4,400 cars. So they just don't meet up to the specs anymore for the 4,400 race. So it'll be fun, but it'll also be on live on Mischief Maker TV because we'll have a Starlink on the car. So
so like you're in cab view?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. That's cool. So how modified is it from stock?
Engine can be modified. I would have to double check all of the rules and regulations. There's just certain things that what
are the
shops
tires
on each corner. Tires are 37s. That's the highest you can go.
Oh wow.
Which is fine for us. It's 35 for the stock vehicles.
Right.
35s.
Oh, wow.
Good on them. I don't know how they do it,
How
especially
many
when
races do you do a year?
so I've only ever done King of the Hammers the past 3 years. This year I'll be doing 7. So we've really upped
Ooh.
everything. So it'll be a lot of fun. Like Vegas to Reno, I know that we're doing. Nationals at the end of the year. We'll be in Oklahoma. We'll be in South Dakota. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun this year.
So you're also in this Matt's off-road recovery games. What's that?
Matt's Off-Road Recovery, if you don't know, is a massive YouTube channel.
Yeah. No, I've seen his YouTube for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So also out here in Hurricane, Utah. And the games, he started 3 years ago. And he asks certain YouTubers or certain people in the area to build vehicles. And he sets up a course. And he just has he invites anyone and everyone to come to Sand Hollow. It's kind of a unique, genius event because you have the people who love to watch YouTube normally watch the same people. So there's Robbie Layton, there's Matt, there's Paul, there's Rudy, there's myself, Chad Fab. We're kind of all in this little bubble out here. And you can see all of your favorite YouTubers in the same place for 3 days. It's a genius idea, just getting everyone together, creating this sort of game competition sort of thing. It's an incredible event to come to, because not only do you have that event, you also have the big wrecker event. So he invites some people who also have wreckers or recovery vehicles, and down on the beach, and they're flipping vehicles over and they're doing competition stuff there. It's a lot of fun. It's a little chaotic, but it's a lot of fun. And then everyone has a vendor booth in that parking lot, and everyone, all the fans, just walk around and say hey, and they're just in heaven because they get to see their favorite people all in the same place. They don't have to travel, because a lot of people will travel to southern Utah, and they'll travel to Paul's, which is 2 hours away from here, and then just kind of do all the rounds around all the shops and all their YouTubers. So yeah, it's a fun family event. It's really cool. Bearing in mind, I have a vehicle that I'm building. It is parked outside the shop right now, and I have nothing for it. And the games are in 60 days.
Oh man, you better get on it.
It'll be fine. We'll get it done.
Yeah, we'll
get it done. I can tell you the name of it. The name is Grizzly. It's not giving anything away, aka the Grizz.
Yeah, is it gonna be blue, white?
No, he's not. He's gonna be green.
Okay,
I know, a bit of a switch up.
Okay, so if someone wants to get to that level, what do you think they should focus on first?
If you wanna start building on things, the best thing to do is to talk to a lot of people. You're gonna hear a lot of different opinions, and just take little bits of information from this person and that person and build something that you want. Because you're going to have the people who are like, well, you should definitely go with RPM steering. And I'm saying that because I work with them. But, you have the people who they're very loyal to their brands.
That's one thing I've seen about wheelers is, and they're so loyal. Sometimes it's they get mad at you if you change.
It's to a fault sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I would just say, do your homework, talk to a lot of people, and know what you want, not what other people are kind of pushing you into. Take your time as well, because it's always better to do something once the way that you want it and not 5 times. I mean, my first modification was an angry grill with eyelashes. So
no way.
100%.
Does Will know that?
We don't need to tell Will. Okay. What Will doesn't know won't kill him.
Rapid fire. Ready?
Go.
Hardest trail you've ever done?
Trails in Johnson Valley. Absolutely. Coming down Jackhammer, sketchy as anything. And I was coming down with Ben from JK Gears and Gadgets because we decided that it would be a good idea on our day off to go wheeling, and he broke, and coming down Jackhammer, I felt like I was going to die.
So when you're in that moment and you feel like you're going to die, what calms you? What grounds you?
Nothing. I just tell myself, suck it up, Buttercup. Put your big girl panties on. You got to get down this hill somehow. That's it.
What's one mod you'll never give up?
One modification I absolutely adore is my cage on Mischief Maker. Always and forever. Love that thing. Love it. I love the fact that we changed the back of that cage, and it's just, I don't know, it's been like a highlight of the vehicle for everyone, including myself.
One thing you wish new wheelers would stop doing.
Comparing yourself to other people. Who cares what the next person is doing or how they drive? Are you having fun? Because this is why you got into the sport. This is why you're getting into it. Because the way you feel and having fun.
Music in the cab or dead silent?
Dead silent. Love to hear how everything's working. I want to hear squeaks. I want to hear the engine. I want to hear clinkety clanks. I want to hear and feel everything.
Favorite place you've ever wheeled?
A couple. Texas, Mason, Texas. Love it. Tennessee, Kentucky is my nemesis, so I love it there. And then Johnson Valley. And obviously Sand Hollow.
Nemesis,
wow,
why is that?
Because I always break everything at Black Mountain. Always. Break. I want to get back there and just wheel Black Mountain and come off and not have broken anything.
Trail chaos or race precision?
Trail chaos. Always.
Favorite soccer team?
Aberdeen Football Club. Yeah, of course. I'm from Aberdeen. Aberdeen Football Club. 100%.
So you know where I got my Jeep's name from, right?
Has it got something to do with behind you right now?
Can't see it, but right here I got a jersey signed by Sir Alex.
Nice. You need to ask the real question. What's the real question? What's your favorite?
What's your favorite? Oh.
Soccer. Get out of here. If you're going to talk about football, you talk about football, man.
All right. If your life had a theme song, what song would it be?
I am going to say Young Hearts. Young Hearts run free.
Why is that? Why is that?
I don't, it's just it's a song that I always play. Growing up, that was always played in the house. I think it was one of my mom's favorite songs, and it just always brings me to a happy place. So why not?
Well, thank you for hanging out and chatting, and
yeah,
it was awesome.
Course.
A lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna cheer you on in your races, and yeah, I'll definitely check out that stream. And so I guess to do that, how do they do that? Just like your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think you just hop onto the YouTube channel. It'll be live and all that good stuff. We're gonna figure all of that stuff out when the rest of the team are here next week before heading out into the desert. So we'll make sure that the screen is set up and cameras are where they need to be and all of that good stuff. So yeah, definitely tune in. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear in-cab conversation. If so, it might be
that might be scary.
A couple of times. I get really Scottish and unfamily friendly in the car.
Who's your co-driver?
The co-driver is Justin Joseph. So he's going to be driving with me on Friday and then driving his own car on Saturday. Yeah.
That's so exciting. What a great guy. So awesome. Well, thanks again. And that was fun, huh? Thanks to Hollie for chatting with me. And yeah, a lot of interesting stuff, huh? How she came over from Scotland and did all that crazy stuff and became a singer. And I wonder if she sings while she drives the Jeep. I should have asked her that. But anyway, hope you got something from it. Like, subscribe, definitely watch her race. And I know I'm going to be rooting for her out at King Hammer. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.